Hi, friends. Last week we learned about living and non living. We learned questions we can ask to find out if something is living or non living. Remember these questions, there's 5. And if we answer yes to them, it is living. Let's see if you can remember the 5 questions. I'm going to give you some hints. If something is living, it breathes. That's one way to know if it's living. Let's see another way if I can help you. Something is living if it needs nutrients like food and water. That's another way to tell. 2 ways so far. I'm thinking about you, and every year you get taller and taller because you are growing. So if something breathes, needs nutrients like food and water, and is growing, it's living. There's 2 more ways to tell if something's living. Living things reproduce. They can make more of themselves. So that is another way to tell. Living things reproduce. And the 5th way to tell is if it can move. That's how we know if things are living. Those are the questions we can ask. So I want to talk to you about 2 different categories of living things. So first, I'm going to show you this living thing. I wonder if you know what this living thing is called. It starts with the sound P. This is a plant. A plant is definitely a living thing. It breathes air through its roots, stems, and leaves. We breathe air differently, but a plant breathes air. A plant needs nutrients. A plant needs the sunshine to help it make its own food. Can you believe plants can make their own food? It's amazing. They also need water. Plants need water to be living. What else? Can plants make more plants? Yes, plants make other plants with their seeds so they can reproduce. Do plants grow and move? Yes, this plant I have started out much smaller, but it keeps growing larger and larger. So it needs space in this pot. Right now, I'm going to give this plant something that it needs to live. Watch me and see if you can guess what I'm giving this plant. What do you think that I'm giving this plant? Water. Plants need water to live. That's something that living things need. If this plant doesn't get water, it will die. So I want you to look at this plant. There's parts of it that are starting to brown because I haven't been watering it enough. So I need to make sure that I give this plant just enough water, not too much, but just enough to survive. Okay, so we know plants are definitely living. Let me show you something else that's living. Dixie, Dixie, come here, come here, come on, come on, come up, big girl, let's go. There she is. This, friends, is my dog, Dixie. Dixie is an animal. Let's see if we can see that Dixie is living. Is Dixie moving all on her own? She is. You don't know this, but when I got Dixie, she was so tiny. And now she's growing bigger and bigger, just like you. She's growing. Dixie definitely needs nutrients like food and water. This morning she had a big drink of water, and I can tell that she sees that I have something special for her because she needs food. This is a little bit of turkey. There you go, lady. She needs her nutrients from her food and water to be living. And Dixie can make more dogs when she grows up. Dixie can reproduce. Is that everything? Oh, Dixie, do you need to breathe to be alive? You do. Dixie breathes just like we do, in through her nose and mouth. Dixie is an animal, and she is a living thing. Good job, lady. All right. So, we have looked at two different types of living things, plants and animals. Today, we are going to sort two different things, two of our different living things. What do you think this label says on our T-chart? Plant. What do you think this label says on our T-chart? Animal. That's right. So, we are going to sort objects into our category, plant or animal. So we know that plants and animals are living, but the objects in these baskets really are non-living because they're objects like toys and figures, but they represent the living things that they are. So we're going to put these under the category plant or animal. What's this? It is a snake. Is a snake a plant or an animal? It is an animal. Okay, I'm going to put my snake there. What's this? It's a tree. Is a tree a plant or an animal? I agree. It's a plant. What's this? This is a flower. This is a flower called a daffodil. Is this daffodil a plant or an animal? Plant. Thank you. Oh, what is this? Oh, I see pinchers. This is called a scorpion. Say scorpion. Is a scorpion a plant or an animal? Definitely an animal. What's this, friends? It is a frog. Is a frog a plant or an animal? I agree. Animal. This is something you would find in a desert. Do you know what this is called? Say cactus. Is a cactus a plant or an animal? Yes, it is a plant. Hmm, let's see, what's this? Oh, this looks like a hiker. Is this person that's hiking a plant or an animal? Okay, I see some of you looking confused. Friends, we're animals. Think about it. Do we need nutrients like food and water? Yes. Do we breathe air? We sure do. Can we reproduce? Yes. Do we grow and move? Yes. We are a living thing called an animal. We're a very smart animal. So, this hiker definitely goes under animal. Humans are animals. Let me see if I can get him to stand up. I don't think so, so I'm going to lay him down. Okay, let's see what we have next. Hmm, this is a very interesting kind of tree. Do you think this is a plant or an animal? Yes, a plant. What about this, friends? Do you know what this is? This is called a roadrunner. It's a type of bird. Is this bird a plant or an animal? Yes, birds are animals. Do you know what this is? It is a flower. It has a special name called a tulip. Is this flower a plant or an animal? It is a plant. You might have seen these tulips at the zoo. They have lots of tulips at the zoo. Do you know what this is, friends? This is a mountain lion. Is this a plant or an animal? I agree. Animal. Okay, one more. Do you know what this is? It is a flower. It's called an orchid. Is this orchid a plant or an animal? It is a plant. Let me see how many plants I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plants. Let's see how many animals we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 plants and 6 animals. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to put this work away. Let's see if you can name the objects. All the plants. Let's start with plants. Tree, daffodil, cactus, tulip, tree, orchid. Now the animals. Snake, frog, scorpion, roadrunner, hiker, mountain lion. Nice work, friends. We can tell the difference between plants and animals. Okay, something that we're going to do today to practice for our lesson tomorrow is to draw with our whiteboard and dry eraser. Get those out of your supply box. We're going to practice drawing two things that we looked at today. We're going to practice drawing a snake and we're going to practice drawing what do you think, a tree or a tulip? Let's practice a tulip today. Okay, so we have our two objects. One is a plant, one is an animal. I'm going to switch these. I'm going to put the plant on this side. Okay, friends, Watch how to draw a tulip. First, we need the stem. My stem is going to be a curved line. Go ahead and make your curved line. Okay, next, I need a leaf. Your turn. Okay, now the top of the tulip. Let's look at it together. It's very round, and it kind of gets pointier to the top. Okay, watch me. I'm going to start round, then I'm going to get pointier to the top. And watch what I'm going to do. I think the tops of tulips kind of look like triangles. So I made triangles at the top. Last thing I'm going to do is take my triangles and draw that line all the way down so it looks like the petals of my tulip. Wow, that really does look like a tulip. I'm going to label this plant. And what's the last sound in plant? And and plant. Okay, now it's time for us to draw our snake. Look at how curvy a snake is. I'm going to draw a round head, and then I'm going to take this line and curve, curve, curve. Your turn. Okay, now I'm going to take this other part and I'm going to curve just like my other one. This is the body of my snake, all the way to the tail where it touches. Let's see if I can put 2 eyes on the head of my snake, and I'm going to stick its tongue out. Okay, let's label animal. 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 Let me show you my work. Plant, there's my tulip. Animal, there's my snake. Okay, friends, don't forget to put the cap on your dry erase marker. And tomorrow, we are going to explore outside to find plants and animals. And then we have our own paper that we will draw what we find outside. We're going to look for 3 plants tomorrow and 3 animals tomorrow. Okay, now that we've practiced drawing plants and animals, we'll be ready to do our project tomorrow. Thanks, friends, for joining me today for our lesson on plants and animals. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.